Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, so Tuesday is the first day that we might get votes on Jim Jordan. They postponed it for Monday, as Jim Jordan met with people, met with other congressmen to figure out, what's going to happen with these votes. According to the reporting I'm seeing on Axios here, he did manage to flip some people to his side. At least 4 House Republicans walked away from conversations with him under the impression he'll allow a floor vote linking Ukraine funding with Israel funding if he wins the gavel. A Jordan spokesman, however, denied the speaker made promises, telling him that Jordan's conversations were about working to find the right approach rather than specific promises. Another Republican said he's just not going to block a vote. Matt Gaetz said he thinks it's reasonable and responsible for the government to address those questions, funding for Israel and Ukraine, separately. Translate, fund Israel, don't fund Ukraine. Marjorie Taylor Greene basically said, stop funding Ukraine. So he's trying to, Jordan's trying to convince normal conservatives that he'll allow for floor votes for funding of Israel and Ukraine. And the extremists don't want to believe that. I don't know what to believe. All I know is that when I've thrown on this one, it didn't show Jordan coming out really well, but we're close now. So let's go ahead and look at the energy here. Jim Jordan, has he gotten enough votes? Will Jim Jordan win the Speaker of the House vote? Entertainment purposes only. Ace of Wands. Okay, he's giving it his big push. Over the weekend and the beginning of this week, he's done a big push trying to gather up the votes necessary to be the Speaker of the House. High Priest, cross with the High Priestess. I think they've been asking him very direct questions and, figuring out, is he giving the right answers? Now, here's the trick. McCarthy gave all the right answers, but then he didn't hold his promises. So I think one of the things they're looking for are what guarantees can you give that if you were to lead us, you're going to do it from a point of wisdom rather than from crazy town. Underneath that, we've got the Three of Cups, the celebration card. So far, that looks like he's going to get it. I have a hard time believing that, but, we'll see how this goes. In the past, we have the Emperor. It's funny, the first thought that came to mind was Putin. Or Trump. I think it's, this could be Jordan himself. Jordan fancies himself a leader, and he thinks of himself as like this iron fist of a leader. You note that he doesn't wear a jacket. He always wears just a shirt and tie because he gets the work done type of thing. But now he's going to be, he's been grooming himself for this leadership role. But the problem is that you weren't much of a leader at Ohio State. And you may be chairing certain committees, but whenever there's a camera on you, you're unhinged. And all you do is you flamethrow things. You haven't actually gotten any legislation through, ever, from what I've read. So be it. That's what he thinks. That's how he thinks himself. So right now he's making his deal, his wheeling and dealing. He's making his promises to other Republicans, and getting people on board the Jordan train here. Overarching energy. I think his strategy is that he's going to look to these foreign wars and funding of Israel and Ukraine. He's looking at that as his enticement to get these conservatives on board. That's his strategy here, is to appear sane enough with this legislation in order to get the votes he needs to be the House Speaker. The lesson to be learned is he's not there yet, though. He's trying, he's given it a big push, but he's not there yet. And there are votes that he doesn't seem to be able to get. He's trying really hard to get those votes. But you know, there could be like 9 people that he has not managed to convince. And these people are being rather steadfast. And I think these are the people that were basically really upset that Kevin McCarthy got removed. And they will be, no offense to Jim Jordan, they'll be never Jim Jordaners, because we're not going to reward you for bad behavior. Outcome, he goes away. There, he'll fight for a little bit, but he's going to realize soon enough that the votes aren't there, and there's nothing he can do, nothing he can promise, no agreement he can come to that's going to bring these people on board. So he ends up leaving. And then we celebrate. And then they go for the third person. And maybe that's what the celebration card is after Scalise goes in there, and after Jordan has gone in there, and neither one has been able to secure the proper number of votes, well, now you have to compromise with the Democrats, because who else do the Republicans have that, I was about to use the term leadership, has the charisma and leadership to lead the House? McCarthy didn't have the charisma or the leadership ability, but you know, that was his lifelong goal, and he was going to give anything to get it. Scalise, not really. Jordan, no. They don't have a backup plan here. They don't have a backup plan. So, describe the next person that, give me a little 4-carder. Can you describe the attributes of the next person? Actually, of the person who they eventually gets elected House Speaker. Can you give me the attributes of the next person who will be the House Speaker? Say in 2020, either at the end of 2023 or in 2024. All right, let's see. What can we look forward to? Who's our House Speaker? What are they going to look like? Okay, well, it's somebody with somebody who maybe they're thinking about it. They could have foreign policy background. You know, it's a hard choice. It's a hard road to get there. It brings an end to a cycle, and there's going to be a lot of fighting. Well, you know what happens? It's like probably the next person that they nominate will be the person who gets it. It'll bring an end to the partisan bickering. You know, it's because the only thing they'll be able to pass is bipartisan measures. It's going to be a really hard job. The far right is just going to make it hell, and it's going to be the end of this person's political career. So, for instance, the guy that's in there now, that's the temporary speaker. If they made him the permanent speaker, that would probably, that could spell the end of his career. Or if the Republicans nominate somebody not named Liz Cheney and the Democrats agree to it, this is not going to, it's probably not going to go well for that person's career. They'll just be ostracized. They'll be primaried out and stuff like that. So whoever takes this job is in for a really rough ride. But, that's one way of interpreting it. The other way of interpreting it is that this could be a new path forward. It'll bring an end to the partisanship. It's going to be hard, and there's going to be a lot of bickering and fighting, but this is how you bring that partisanship to an end. So that's the positive spin on it. So it really depends on the person and how well they work on this one. But that did not give me any attributes of the person. That gave me an attributes of what the job is going to look like. We'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for supporting my channel and watching my videos. Thank you for everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm beast. and help my videos get out to new viewers. To those new viewers, welcome to the channel. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Take care.